Good morning and welcome to NewsBites. I'm contributing editor Thomas Wolfe, and we've got a great NewsBites for you today. White House just released a new executive order on artificial intelligence. So today we're going to focus on this new sweeping directive. The executive order sets out a framework for addressing various aspects of AI, from safety and privacy to equity and international collaboration, with the overall goal of promoting responsible AI development and deployment. And to help shepherd us through this new order, we have a special guest with us today, and past host of Wait Just an Infosec, and author of a new blog series on AI and managing human risk, SANS senior instructor and course author, Lance Spitzner. Lance, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Hey, Thomas, thanks so much.
So this new executive order, it just dropped. We've all had a chance to try and digest it a little bit. What are your main takeaways?
Yeah, I'm going to keep this really short. So in the very first sentence of the fact sheet, the U.S. government calls out two things. They want to seize the promise of AI, but also manage the risks. So while they have a couple of key elements about how they're going to manage the risks of AI, really this is all about how the U.S. government wants to be perceived as the thought leader and lead in taking advantage of and making the most of AI. There's actually two things around this that some people haven't noticed. First, the UK government is hosting an international summit this week about how the international community can approach AI. It's very interesting that the executive order dropped the day before this event. So the US government is trying to establish itself as the thought leader. The second is, not only was the executive order released, but there's a new website called AI.gov. And it's all about enabling people to get jobs in AI, develop skills in AI, or enable people to immigrate from other countries into the United States with these skills. So at a very broad level, I'm not going to do a deep dive. What this is really all about is not about, oh, AI is evil, let's control it. It's all about, oh, AI can be very powerful. Let's enable it in a very safe manner, establishing the U.S. as a lead. The other interesting thing is just how broad the executive order is and how many different departments it's tapping into. The State Department, Defense, all different types of departments and agencies to help. So long story short, look to the US government and many other governments doing something similar, because everybody wants to embrace this and get ahead of it as opposed to falling behind.
Very interesting. All right. Thanks so much for that. And just one question I am interested in, as far as the government's responsibilities in this, what are your thoughts around the NIST and DHS and DOE as far as developing standards and red team testing? Do you have any specific thoughts around that?
No, well, first of all, that's precisely
what they should consider, perhaps.
Yep. Well, first of all, that's what the executive order calls out, is specifically NIST to develop those standards, the Department of Energy, how to apply this in the world of energy and things like that. So they're doing the right thing. They're calling out these different organizations, these different agencies and departments to take the lead, just as you said. And it's very, very hard, but they call out the right things. They're concerned about privacy, safety, bias. So they're addressing the right things. They don't have the answers yet. So this is all very new. But for example, NIST does already have the AI risk management framework. So they're looking at the right direction. They're calling the right people, but this is all so new. We don't have the specifics net. And to be honest, this is advancing so rapidly. Even if they do have specifics, it'll probably change. So from my perspective, they're doing the right thing. They're tapping the right departments and the right organizations. We'll just have to see what the answers are going to be.
Awesome. Very useful information. Lance, thank you so much for your time. And folks, those are your news bites for the week. Don't forget that you can always find the most critical cybersecurity news bites by signing up for the NewsBites newsletter. And you can find that at sans.org/newsbites. Thanks again.